Or are you just walking straight forward?
I've seen a few memes online, mate.
I'm just meeting all the guys I've tagged, actually.
Oh, right. How's the response been,
They
mate?
all hate me already.
What's the strategy with this workout, bud?
Outrun the big guys.
Yeah?
I feel if you run pretty quick.
And have you been training for Torian, or was it a bit of a just show up and go?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't going to get any fitter in the last 2 weeks because I got my late default call up. So, I'm just here to enjoy myself, I guess.
And do you get anything for being a prior champ? Any recognition, any marks on your t-shirt?
Not even a post on Instagram. I didn't even get a post, nothing.
So I didn't use you for the marketing material at all?
Well, I did win, what, 1986 when no one else did it, I guess. Hey.
The golden days, the golden era.
When it was hard. Back when it was hard.
You won the inaugural tournament.
Inaugural, yeah. Wait, Australia's best athlete was competing there.
Who was that?
Kia. And I won.
Should have been like 14 back then. Who's your predictions on the female side, mate? Top 3, give it to me.
Cara.
Yep.
Maddie.
Yep.
And it's
No third place.
be between 2 or 3.
I want it straight out.
Who do you reckon?
I think there's a few. I think Christy Bishop's a bit of a dark horse that no one's talking about. Ellie Turner, obviously. And then Laura Clifton.
Yeah, let's go that between those 3.
Yeah, which one are you picking? 3, 2, 1, go.
Laura Clifton. No.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go.
And then male side?
James, Royce. No, fuck no. Jay, Khan, James.
Was that biased?
No.
No?
Swanee will bomb.
You don't seem too happy with those predictions, mate. What are you thinking?
I thought he was going to list me in that. Just quietly.
Has Shane given you any advice for this workout, mate?
Yeah, he has. I'll keep it as quiet as that.
Yep.
Because it might be the difference between me winning.
Between 28th and 29th.
Hey, there he is. How you going, bro?
How are you?
Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. How you feeling? How's the body?
Very good, very good. Very warm.
Yeah.
Very warm.
Second time to Torian?
It's my third.
Oh,
been 3 times. Yeah.
Okay, so talk me through the Torian vibe. I'm new here, so why do you keep coming back?
It's a vibe. The boys like to put on a show, and it's just the same for the athletes, and it's good competition to come to.
How's the body feeling heading into the weekend?
Yeah, good, ready. Best I've ever been on. So I'm excited to see what we can do.
And plan of attack for this first workout, what are you thinking?
Pace until about 500 metres to go on the run. We'll just send it.
Nice. And obviously, besides yourself, who are the people to watch? Ones to watch in the men's and female division?
Can't write off my man Luke Fisa. Boy's gonna have a good weekend. Cam Porter, Swanee's gonna go good. A few events at Zeke Grove as well, so they might go alright. Female side?
Yeah. What about ladies?
Cara, Laura Clifton could go good. Missing a few big names. Marnie, Mads.
Hey, let's get a hot prediction. Give me your top 3 males and females, and I don't want any umming and ahhing.
Male's easy. Male's going to be Cam Porter number 1, Jamesw Newbury number 2, Jay Crash number 3. Ladies.
Agree or disagree?
I agree that Royce might be up there. Don't look at me like that.
He loves Royce. He's
And then
biased, yeah.
females, I think we can just skip number 1.
Skip Cara. I like to see Ali Turner up there, and Laura Clifton probably. That's my. Oh, actually no, I lie. Booney, Alethea Boon.
Yeah, you've been
Found out
saying
last
hot
night
pick.
that she's
Yep.
going to be competing in elite, so she's going to be second, I reckon, and then it's going to be between Ali Turner and what did I just say?
Booney.
No, Booney's second. Who's the other girl? Ali Turner and
Laura Clifton.
Yeah, Laura Clifton. Yeah, between those two for the 3rd spot, I think.
Yeah. So what insights have you got from Booney that's indicating she's going to be shaking the leaderboard up?
Well, she's a masters athlete, first of all. She's just like hard as nails. She's a Kiwi girl, so that's good, that counts. She's just tough, eh? She's got mongrel in her. Mongrel.
of hype around you online.
There is.
How do you handle that? What's your response to that? Do you just take it on the chin, or what's going on?
I don't really think about it. I don't think I haven't even seen the hype. To be honest, the only hype I get is really from my brothers. So that's the usual. So there's not much of a difference going through my head really.
And how are you finding settling into Aussie life over here? A bit warmer.
Good. I love the temperature. It's not crazy. I mean, it's a little bit warmer in the sun here, but like in the stadium and stuff, it doesn't feel much warmer than usual day in Christchurch. So not too bad.
Nice. And plan of attack for this first workout?
I haven't got on the assault runner yet. We'll see how that goes, but I'm pretty sorted on the rower and the bike. So definitely the bread will be mostly on the runner, I think. So I'll try and settle into a pace on the runner, and then it will depend a lot on legs. But I've got some paces I want to hold, so just aim for those.
And who are the ones that you're watching in the men's field that you're keeping an eye on?
Who am I watching in the men's field? Well, I don't want to lose to Luke. I think the main one's Luke. Obviously the top guys, most of them in the top heat are, the big names and whatnot. So always looking for those. So.
Nice. Good luck. Enjoy.
Cheers, Riz.
Who's your entourage here? Who have you got?
All right. Come on over. Yep. Come on over. This is my coach Sam. Take him very seriously. This is his first event coaching. He knows his stuff. Not much of a tips guy. He's more of a manager, but my mum's not allowed down here, so he's second best thing. This is my brother's coach Timmy. Howdy. Second to this one. Obviously not as good, but I mean second best athlete, second best coach. It goes hand in hand. As said, second best. He's doing all right. I don't know how he'll do in this one. I think his main concern is coming off the back of the runner. Normally try and keep his feet under him, but we'll see. Annika, of course, the top lady, top pick for the games. And then his son, I don't know what he's doing. I think he says he's coach. All I've seen him do so far is try and wear an Annika's new grips. So that's and my mum's upstairs. So that's the crew, the squad.
Gentlemen's agreement. We switch all our runners off. And we just hold hands and run for 20 minutes.
Lanes 1 to 8, but obviously there's 15 of you. So 8's over there and 1's there. So obviously 1's to take. All of you will take everything.
How you going? You all good?
Yeah, I feel real good. In the zone.
Is the hat just a strategic thing? Just
a sweat. It's to stop my mullet from getting my eyes. See the little flow out the back? I'll keep that rolling, don't worry.
Jay, Baden, Brandon, Matt, Royce.
DJ?
Thanks, man. That was long, bro.
It went better than practice?
No, I just didn't want it enough.
Yeah.
I didn't practice that.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't. I knew it was going to hurt.
Yeah. So you've had a bit of time on an assault runner though?
No. I did about 3 or 4 runs before this, but I don't know.
Who's going to take this next one out with the boys in the top heat?
Khan, unless there's Khan's going to run at a moderate pace. I just don't see anyone overtaking him on the bike.
Yep. Well, it's won or lost on the runner, really, isn't it?
It is, man. You can't make up. Just think, if you get 2 minutes on someone, making a minute up on the bike and a minute up on the road is pretty much impossible if someone's riding or rowing at a decent pace. But yeah, man, that hurt. That was long, bro. I reckon the row was the worst part.
Yeah, I see you holding at 155 there. Was that?
Don't tell me
that was like a nice, comfortable pace. And look at you still. Would you come 6th in that one?
Yeah, I just didn't want it enough, man. I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
Fun, man.
You're just here for the photos, aren't you, mate?
Why?
So your runner wasn't working?
My runner wasn't working properly, but
wasn't clicking over, or you? What was it? Just
it ended up clicking over, but it was delayed.
Yeah.
So my split time was never over 4-minute Ks, and I come off. They told me to get off at 20:30.
Yeah.
I keep going through till the 5.
So you're going to dispute that now?
Yeah.
And what's the process for that?
fill out this form, hand it to a judge, and see what they say.
And is your judge on your side?
There he is there.
Oh, you got the local judge.
Should I appeal it? Just do your process that you have to do.
What are you thinking when the machine breaks like that, Waka?
Oh, look, there's places to place.
Does that put an extra bit of stress on you, mate?
It is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
We've got processes in place for sorting that sort of stuff out.
A couple of ladies in the crowd eyeing you up. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you how old they were, but...
I'm taken, don't worry.
Yeah, so, oh, you're taken?
Yeah.
Okay, so just a little bit of teasing going on this weekend.
Don't let her know, sure. Knock some people going.
This won't be publicised.
Mate, you were grimacing pretty hard on the runner early on.
Oh, bro. Yeah, I just felt terrible, man.
Yeah?
No other way to put it. Just didn't feel like nothing was wrong. I was just running too fast.
Yeah. So you got a couple of Ks over what you were doing in practice?
Yeah, so I ran in practice and I ran on tired legs. And, I just felt way better. Like I was running at about 15 and a half in training, so I thought in my head I would hold slightly over that.
Yeah.
Then just cooked myself.
I mean, you look like you were getting
misjudge.
Yeah, you look like you got into a bit of a race with Fiso and Crouchy, or were you sticking to your own paces? What was happening there?
Well, I was just trying to stay, like, just watching each other's screens and trying to see where we were at. And fuck, like I thought me and Fiso put up. I thought it was going to be me and him, and then Jay. We sort of pulled away, and then Jay just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it was close, man. It was good.
Then what did you think when Beto got off, maybe 5 minutes before everybody else?
Oh, I thought there was something wrong with his runner. I still think there was. He was too quick. No, he did unreal. Very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Like, that was just cool to watch.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
And how's it been going back to India after spending a year in lockdown and then bloody teams prior to that?
Yeah, it's different. It's been since 2018 since I've been out here with the boys, and see how it all goes for the rest of the weekend. I think both today's workouts a bit of unknown quantity for me. I'm not quite sure. I wasn't quite sure how either of those will go. So yeah, ride the waves, see how the next one feels, and then kind of fun and games after that, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty nasty, the next one, bro.
Yeah, I think particularly after that, man, like, that was just brutal.
Yeah.
Like, really, really brutal.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Are you optimistic? Have you dealt with disputes previously?
I have actually, regionals in 2018.
Yeah.
On the dumbbell lunge.
Yeah.
Overhead one. Dispute never went anywhere. So we'll see.
What were you doing that in training versus what you got?
This?
Yeah.
My time in training was 45:37.
Yeah.
And I was 41:12 today.
Yeah.
The runners ticked over a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So whatever we were holding in training was always like add 2K to that.
So what are you hoping to get out of this? Like, have you got a time in mind that you think?
Just get a couple of seconds taken off with spurs. That's all I can do really. Thank you.
Is this the first dispute of the weekend?
No.
No? So have you had a couple of angry people yet, or has it been pretty pleasant so far?
Everyone's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Like, most of the time, all these guys are pretty cool. They're all professionals, which is cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, as I got off that roll, my calf cramp, I was like, no, that was way better. I beat my practice on 4 minutes.
Were you looking at the other competitors' screens?
Yeah, I looked over and I was crushing Zeke, and I was like, fuck yeah. Man, James just holds the pace, man. The dude's so just knows himself, hey.
Yeah, he picked it up
insane,
incrementally through the workout,
Yeah,
eh?
just went whoosh.
And he didn't look at anybody else's monitor, he's in his own race.
I heard Luke only ran 4K.
Are you disputing his score, Luke?
After distance.
How was that? First time on the dance floor as an individual?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It was just a runner. I couldn't work out pacing on the run. I've never done a workout on any of these before, so I was really happy with my biking and rowing though. I think my pacing was good.
So what were you doing? You haven't run on that before. You're looking at the other people's monitors to see if you were at a decent pace?
I was trying, but they were ages away. I was looking over, I didn't want to fall off, so I was like, I'm sure. I could kind of hear the speaker and stuff. I was like, I'm a little bit behind kind of the top guys. I was like, I'm not going to push it too much. Just, wasn't 100% certain, but I was happy with it. It was fun.
Well, I went way too quick to start off with, and I was running. I seen the speed, and I was like, I feel comfy here. So, and then I realized that I was at 3K. I was like, oh fuck, I've gone way too quick here. And then I was like, oh well, you're already here, so you may as well stay there. And then just just got on the bike, held pace on the bike, and then when I got on the road, held pace for the first K, and yeah, and then I was just like, oh, I'll just increase my stroke rate, stop the pull, and yeah, just maintain from there, which is perfect. That was the plan the whole time. A bit quicker than I wanted on the run, but that's a good thing, I guess. So yeah.
How's the season been for you? In terms of the lead up to this, how's the body feeling? All that?
Mate, the body's feeling good. The body's feeling good. We had a baby 4 months ago.
Oh yeah.
So
That'll
yeah.
keep you busy.
Yeah, mate, that's taken up most of my time, which has been good. So fit training in between that. And yeah, that's been about it, mate.
I fucking died, bro. Holy heck.
How you been?
Oh, great. Training's been good. Had a good hit out before this weekend with Mikey, Magic Mike. Taught me how to run.
I said, oh, who's your pick for the top spot? He said, you can't go past Luke Fiso. And I was like, oh, your boy.
What, in the run? Nah, man, that was like, I was so nervous about that, honestly. Really? Been shitting my pants for like the last week. But those runners are way nicer than what we have at home. Like, we bought one after regionals 333 year, and we got this feels like you're running in mud. You go like 3 k's an hour slower. So I'm like on there running 11 k's an hour. Like, oh, this is the best I got, man. This is pretty poor from what I was hearing. And we get here and I'm like jogging on it at 13. I'm like, oh, wow. That's why I got a piece of shit running, man. I need to update it or something. Update the software.
And how are you feeling being here in Oz? What's the vibes like? What's the vibe at Torian in general?
I'm so glad I came. Like last year I missed out because it was during the Open, and so I didn't want people to see my score, and like I thought you never know how it's going to end up, right? Like, so it was week 5 and I was worried that it'd come down to like one placing, and I didn't want anyone to know what I was going to get, so I was like, no, I told Mike I'm not going to come. I'll go to the Open, and then I was like, then Rich Froning was coming. I was like, what? I would have given it up just for that. And then I was also sitting in a comfortable spot by week 5. So I was so gutted I didn't come. And then in the lockdown and like all that stuff. And so I was like determined to come. And the fact that it's a sanction of like a semi-final was like, sweet.
Unreal.
I have to come now.
And what's it like out there on the floor?
It's so cool, man. It is like one of the best comp vibes ever. Cool. Like Torian has always been really good, and they run cool comps, they have good workouts, but like out there in the arena, it's like feels like the games, man. It feels as good or better. Such a cool vibe.
Love it.
You smooth, calm and collected through that whole thing, mate? Were you running your own race?
Oh yeah, I was trying to.
Yeah.
Trying to just keep it to my own paces, I guess, and trying not get too caught up in what was being said on the mic.
Yeah.
I did the best I could. Like, I gave everything I had. I typically like those, like a bit of triathlon, so it was just really about trying to hold the paces that I thought were doable.
Yeah.
And I did. Like, I kind of went a little bit faster than what I expected to, so can't complain.
And I know you've been having a bit of problems with your knees. How's that coming along?
Yeah, the knee's actually feeling really good. Nothing really affects it anymore. Like back during quarters and the Open and stuff, it was a bit affected by like deep squats and bouncy squats, but now the swelling is kind of all cleared out. Structurally the knee's great. Like,
you got a bloody impressive score on that pistol workout, considering how much stress would have been going through your knee.
That hurt a lot.
So were you scared going into that?
Yeah, yeah. It was painful. Like the most painful workout I've ever done.
Yeah. So like just pain or
kind of like knee. Like
right.
trying to pistol on a knee that's still like partially filled with fluid. It's not exactly comfortable, especially like on the tendon and everything else.
So what did you do to try alleviate that? Were you wearing 2 knee sleeves, or was it really wrapped up?
I had it drained earlier that day to take a lot of the fluid out, and then that gave it a lot more room. And then I chucked a knee sleeve on it, and it was more so just deal with it as we go. There was not really much I could do about it. I had to kind of go a bit slower into the pistol, not really get a good bounce out of the bottom or anything like that, kind of just get into the bottom, kind of push out, and then make the next one on the left-hand side a faster pistol to try and make up for the slow one on the right. Yeah. But it was just a painful workout.
I can't even imagine what your physio said to you. You're going to be laughing, or?
They don't know about that. It was like, oh yeah, don't do anything for the next 6 weeks. I was like, oh yeah, I've got a comp in about a week's time. Hey, it's okay. It's competition. You know, I really look after it outside, and you want to compete. You know, it's my job. It's like someone asked me, it's like, oh, you went back into it too early. She's like, yeah, look, if this was just a thing that I did on the weekend for fun, obviously I wouldn't do it. Like, I wouldn't compete on it. But you know, this is my job. I do this for a living, so it's like, you gotta go. And if it doesn't make it through, then you know that's what it is. But you at least got to give it a go, and you know, I'm glad I did. It didn't, you know, structurally there wasn't anything wrong with it. It was just filled with fluid. It was just like it wasn't gonna, you know, rip anything or tear anything. It was just gonna be uncomfortable. So you know, you make a thought out decision, and yeah, just roll with it, and you know, pray for the best.
Like, if you were to give yourself a number out of 10 with regards to how you're feeling, your shape of your body and your knee and stuff, what would it be?
Oh, I feel great. I feel really good. At the moment, I feel like I'm as fit and as strong as I've ever been. So yeah, at the moment, 10. I feel like a 10 out of 10.
Oh, beautiful.
Like do well this weekend, and you know, I just have to execute everything I know I can do, and yeah, I feel really good. But there's still room to move. You know, fingers crossed I make it through the next round, and we can train for the games, and you know, put in a solid bit of prep for the next 8 weeks, and come back to the games even stronger.
The alpha.
Just so you know what goes on behind the scenes. Who's the most photogenic male on the competition floor, mate?
Probably Ben.
Oh, Ben. Let's narrow it down to the athletes.
That's got to be Khan.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, or if you've got a wide enough lens, Royce.
Yeah. Those Superman abs, they're hard to get into frame.
Every time I panned on him, I had to zoom out.
Yeah, I know.
Legit.
Newbury's a bit of a favourite for us. His hair's like always flowing for the 120 frames.
You're just sitting there waiting for that.
Yeah, and he's constantly flexing his abs and his obliques the whole way through the workouts.
How are you, mate? You all good?
Yeah, I'm good. We'll be really good once this event's done, but it's alright, it's one event. Yeah.
You made it here, which I'm very impressed with after the whole trip in Melbourne.
I know.
What's the deal with that? Did your members get all through and everything?
Everyone except for 3.
For any reason the machine stops in any way, shape or form, just keep running, rowing or cycling. Just keep going, whatever you're doing, going on and on. Our judges know what to do. Fortunately for the last, no, I'm not even going to say that.
Do we like put our hand up, or like, because they'll be looking at the monitor?
They'll be looking at the monitor? And we'll be secretly panicking behind the scenes.
Hey guys.
All good?
Yeah.
I'm sweaty in my pants. They're all wet, but everything else.
We'll get this on film. Yeah. Where are you, moist?
It was pretty rough, pretty long, but I sort of knew when I got to the rower I could potentially catch up a little bit of time. The rower is where I feel most comfortable, so yeah, I just knew I had to put my head down, get to the rower, and then just finish strong.
Were you keeping an eye on people around you, or were you just kind of sticking to your game plan?
A little bit, but I mean, if you go out too hot in something like that, you're just going to die. So, yeah, I tried to stick to my game plan a little bit, and then a little bit at the end, just go hard and see if you can catch up a bit of time.
Bit of a crew here cheering you on today.
Yeah.
Who's out there supporting you?
I've got pretty much my whole family, so mum, dad, and a couple of my brothers, and then my nan, aunties, and then probably like 10 or so people from GetFit. So, yeah, feeling the love.
Quick interview here with Danny. What's going on? How was that one?
That was great. My runner didn't work, so...
What?
we just went off Simone's time, but she was so good. She just steered me on. She's like, we got this, I'm running fast. Don't worry, girl.
So immediately you started running and it just wasn't working?
Yeah, it just didn't work, and then I pushed start and then stop, and then they were just like, stop touching it, and then they touched it and it still didn't work, so it wasn't my fault, which is nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Stressful. But you made it through?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, the run of the sun was in our face. Anyone else
Yes.
saw that? It was like right in the worst spot, like right at eye level.
All I could think was to distract myself was, oh, this is great for camera. If you take photos, everyone's going to be look like absolute superheroes. I don't feel like a superhero though.
Oh, I looked horrific. I was like, you poor thing.
And then like the sweat was just dripping.
Yeah.
But it was quite nice. Once you got on the bike, it was good.
Yeah.
It was a tough one though.
Were you sending it a little bit harder than you anticipated, or were you like feeling
I
comfy?
didn't get to test this workout,
Yep.
so I just had to go. I wanted to try like go hard on the run. That was the plan.
Yep.
I probably sent it a little bit too quick the first 1500, so then I had to pull it back a little bit.
Yep.
I don't have an assault runner back home,
Yep.
so I didn't really. I kind of knew a pace that I wanted to hold, but I didn't know the exact pace.
Yep.
So yeah, it was fun though.
Cool.
Oh well,
Nice.
it was fun when it was done, like not during it.
Yeah. Queen of the run, Laws here.
Yeah. Runner.
How are you, mate?
Good, thanks. I'm good. Glad to be here.
Yeah, how does it feel to be at Torian and one event down?
Yeah, it's good. I just really wanted that first event to be like done. Now it feels like the weekend sort of we're in it. It's always the first. Once the first event's done, then it's like good. All the pre-comp nerves are out the way.
I'm so happy. I'm really so happy. I didn't know what to expect. It's a good event for me. Low skill, lots of fitness, that's what I enjoy, but there's so many good girls coming through and so many young girls as well. I'm pretty old now, but I'm absolutely stoked.
Unbroken?
On what? Nah, nothing unbroken. Maybe first set of 7 snatches.
Yeah.
And then just second set, singles, and then Hail Mary. Just fucking throw it, see what happens.
So what about the muscle ups? Are you going to keep that close to your chest?
Nah, 13 and 8.
13 and 8?
Yeah.
Quick turnaround, quick shakeout?
Yeah, say 7 to 8 seconds.
Happy with how you placed in event 1?
I don't know how, I haven't looked. I just want to finish this one and then see where I place overall.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get like distracted just leaderboarding too much. So
Yeah,
100%.
good. Mean.
I'm better than Luke.
What are you doing, Royce?
Yeah, on the muscle ups. Hopefully unbroken.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to try touch and go. If it feels terrible, singles, I can probably get one ups. If it feels good, then just hope the adrenaline carries me through. Like, just the most pain I've ever felt in my life, pretty much.
Good luck, brother.
Lost my rhythm on the kip and
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
just fucked me up. So, is what it is.
Turns out Zeke's better than me.
Well, he turned up like a bit of a rock star. He turned up late, no shoes on, won the fucking event.
I think everyone who's been around Australian CrossFit for a while knows an event like that. It's physique.
Well, I heard the commentator sucking him off before the event even started.
Yeah, he's like obviously he's built for ring muscle ups. He's super strong. Like it's one thing to be little, like short-limbed, but to be so powerful and strong, and like the bar, it was just molesting that thing. So, but you know, people don't appreciate, I think, unless they've been out on the floor, is that the event you're supposed to win is the most pressure, right? Like that's the one that's yours to lose. So if you fuck it up, it's your fault. So, you know, I think Zeke was probably in a really tough spot going into it, but he executed, and that's the difference, you know?
Yeah, I saw you nipping on his heels. Did you think at any stage you were going to catch him?
Honestly, not really, because I knew how I felt.
Yeah.
I was like, even if he feels worse than I feel, I'm not going to make up the deficit. The best I can do is close the gap, but there's no way. I was just thinking about prior heat times and the heat coming up. So.
And what were you thinking? Was it your forearms that were starting to give out? Or was it?
Yeah, initially that first 7.
Yep.
Because it's a short bar for me, so I'm like early arm.
True.
So it's like an upright row, so my arms were pumped.
Yeah.
Rip was pumped, and then I did the singles, and the last set was like I thought I was going to hit the bottom and just fail the squat.
So is that something you prepare for? Are you training with a short bar at home, a stubby bar?
I actually have a stubby bar from the last pro.
Yeah.
I try it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't do, to that admission, I probably don't do a lot of squat snatches on it, but I definitely do like, every now and then I'll do an overhead squat with it, like just to test my own mobility.
Yeah,
that's the best.
bro.
So I try and work on it. I do pretty much power snatch awards on it.
Yeah.
So I'm used to that hard pull.
Yeah.
And then obviously prepared for this event by using it a lot. So I think it's a good, any competitor should own a shorty bar.
Yeah, bro.
Because even like the thruster workout this weekend will be on a short bar, because guess what? It's not safe to have long bars.
So is it more flexible as well? Like,
It's less, it's so stiff. It's like a short stick, so hard to snap. So you get no whip on clean and jerks, and thrusters that just hits you in the chest hard. Even deadlifts, right? Like it can feel good once you get going, but that first pull is really like an axle bar. Yeah.
So have you been in touch with Rich prior to this event? Is he giving you any tips or anything like that for the workouts?
Well, so Mayhem program up like a track for each of the semi-finals, so I'm following that. Just like little pieces of the event. And then on like yesterday, Rich texted me and said good luck. But if I asked him anything, he would have advice for me, but he doesn't tend to give it because of the guys, of those of us who have been to the games or been to regionals a few times, we kind of know what to do. Yeah. And what I like about the programming this year is that Mike's kept it pretty CrossFit.
Yeah.
He said it on the podcast with Chase, like, no need to get fancy and try and like reinvent the wheel like in France.
Yeah, or Auschamps 2.0.
We had a wad with a 60 kilo dumbbell in France, which is crazy, but then you were allowed to go 2 hands and then like that. So it's like, well, what's the point there?
Yeah.
It's just trying to be fancy, getting the 60 kilo dumbbells, but just keep it simple. Yeah, CrossFit. Games is for the fancy stuff. That's where you invent things, and Rogue will make a new piece of gear and you go out in the ocean, whatever. That's what the games is for. They should be trying to be regionals, you know? It's that missing step.
Mean. Plans for tonight?
Eat lots, go home to the family. So Laurie's been a rock star at home for me, taking care of the 3 kids, one of them a 4-week-old, so she's under the pump, probably hating her life. So she's been a rock star for me. I'll go home and take over bedtime duties and stuff, and then get a good night's sleep.
Good stuff. And how are you finding being back in India after the super team era?
Super daunting. Like, just for me, the reason I came back, there's a few reasons. Logistically, we couldn't get a team together in time, but it was more just that I was starting to fear that maybe a team is more fun for me objectively, but I was starting to fear that I was avoiding Indy because of my own insecurities. I don't want to be found out, so I was like, all right, time to come back and really see what I can do, and if it's good enough to qualify, awesome.
Love it.
If it's not, like, suck it up. Like, that's where you're at. So it's good to just know. So
how old are you?
30.
Oh, okay, so primes.
Yeah, well, ironically, I started CrossFit like late-ish, like mid-20s. I feel like I'm fittest and strongest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
But definitely not your typical prime athlete. So I think it goes CJ, Khan, me, 3 oldest. And James right behind me.
I think the average age is like 21 or 22 for the male field.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
Yeah, they're all youngsters, they're all kind. So, and I love it. Like I train with Will Carney and Jack Jeffrey, young guns, 19 and 20 or 20 and 19 respectively, and it's awesome. Like it keeps me young, keeps me passionate, and it's cool to, like, as much as they're capable athletes, they really need my help. Good to give them some tips and some advice from just what I've seen.
Yeah.
What I've learned from other great people. So it's really rewarding, and so I'm stoked. Like I was so fired up that Will won the first heat. Oh, the heat too. He was first heat. Then Luke won so. And that fired me up. I was like, let's go, like the boys. So had to kind of push me.
Yeah, he seems like a good dude.
He is, really cool guy. Yeah, awesome guy. And so is Jack. Both awesome guys. They'll have a bright future ahead of them.
Yeah, mean. What's happened, mate?
Well, I tried to punch Luke de Jong at the end.
And he bit your finger?
Yeah. Because after I ate it.
What happened? Did you get it caught in
I just like, 'cause the bud's so bouncy.
Yeah.
So I was just pushing it down and my finger just went. And so it was nothing bad. But you couldn't cycle them fast.
Yeah.
Because they were bouncing so high. I did my first rep. I got no rep, but I dropped it and nearly came up to my face. No way going sideways and stuff. I just fall touch and go at the start. And I was like, I'll just do singles. And then it was just like...
And I've just been told you shat the bed in the snatches.
Hey?
You shat the bed in the snatches.
Sort of.
So unbroken in the ring muscle ups, was that always the plan?
Yeah. I think I got 4 no reps in the snatches.
Oh.
The first one was, and I knew it was. The other
Depth or?
Yeah, I fucking threw it up too high and it was going to go over, so I just kept it. The other ones I'm not sure why. I thought they were good, but it's alright, that's what it is. Come out with like a fake cut on my face and go, how? I need to call attention. Yeah. That was a rough event. I couldn't tell which muscle-ups I was up to. My fucking muscle-ups are so shit. I knew where I was on my head, but yeah, I couldn't see my judge. He was behind me. Yeah. I heard someone call out no, and I was like, is that me? Yeah. I didn't think it was. Yeah, because I was. So I did my last one, looked at him, and I held it there. He's like, yeah, you're good. Yeah, I didn't know what I was on, and then I dropped off, and I was like, am I at what I thought? She's like, yeah. I just round to the and proceeded to miss snatches. Yeah.
Is this the most pathetic injury that you've ever had to deal with?
Pretty much, probably. That's pretty bad. Look at it, the bones coming down here.
Well, there's 2 of them working on it hard. Yeah, did you have any serious injuries today? Yeah, just one terrible finger cut.
This guy stubbed his
I hope you guys are getting paid double time for this.
Yeah. Good luck for getting that to stick.
You're pretty sweaty.
Oh, that's what they all say.
Just hold it. Oh, these band-aids. I went touch and go for the last 7. Fuck, I was like, fuck it.
Were you pinging out of the bottom of those squats?
Yeah, I was trying to catch fucking Luke de Jong. I didn't know what he was on. I thought he was like 3 ahead of me. He must have tap and go stuff.
So who was ahead of you? Makide and de Jong?
Because I think I'm broken on the muscle ups.
You think you could have?
Yeah, but my muscle ups are so bad at the moment.
Well, you haven't been pressing.
I just swing everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, money in the bank, baby.
Yeah. It was really fun. It was good. I enjoyed it.
What's your strategy for the muscle ups, the sets that you were thinking?
Just trying to go unbroken. So it was good.
Felt good? Barbell felt good?
Very weird being on that shorter bar. I've not been on the shorter one before, but it was good. It's something good to learn.
Nice.
So
Good on you.
I'll enjoy it.
All the best for day 2.
Thank you, bro.
Swanee, mate. You're disputing a score there, are you?
No, I was just seeing I didn't actually catch my time.
Yeah?
I signed the paper, I didn't look at what the time was.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, top heat, 2nd place, so you assume that it's going to be pretty solid. I knew I could probably top 3 that event if I performed well.
Yeah.
I didn't perform as well as I expected this morning, so I needed something decent to set up the rest of the weekend. So.
And I've had Pete say King of the Jungle story to me. What's the go there, mate?
Context
yeah, it looks like it.
Everyone's talking about
What's the story behind that?
I probably just a bad choice of words, but I was really just saying that, like, you know, after coming here and winning twice in a row, you know, there's a strong emotional attachment to wanting to do that again.
Yeah.
You know, and also I've had my best training season in my entire career, so you know, I think from what I can tell and hear and speaking to people, a lot of people want me to qualify, but I don't think a lot of people think I can qualify. So there's, you know, a little bit of pride involved, and I like that. I like being
the underdog.
Counted out. So.
Yeah. What do you think's changed this year that has brought that new lease of life in your training?
I think having the injury last year and, you know, weightlifting, I was ready for a change. I had the change, but I realised that I had unfinished business. The injury made me realise that, you know, and also having a kid, you know, just get out there and enjoy it, make the most of it right now, because it's not going to last forever.
Is the wee fella out there?
He'll be here tomorrow and Sunday, and I'm really excited. I can't wait for him to be here.
Yeah, man.
I'll take it to a new level, I think,
yeah.
that he's there in the crowd. And you know, my biggest motivation these days is just making him proud. So, and have some cool stories to tell him when he's older. So, hopefully I can write a few more of those.
Yeah, bro, I love it. Fuck yeah.
The only reason I you hit a speed and you slow down before you go, that's why I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like because I was like, I know what you're saying. close between, I think, you and Royce. So you're a dumb idiot. Just every second counts. Every second counts. Just go. That's the takeaway from that. Yeah. The rest is perfect. Yeah.
What are your emotions like watching Jay out there? Do you...
I was getting really excited actually at the end because he was a little bit behind off the muscle ups. Like he was thereabouts, but then I could tell he got the competitive juices flowing after the first set. And he started touching going. I'm like, oh, here we go. Yeah. And then that's why I got really excited.
It must be pretty cool to see bits and bobs that come out and training out on the comp floor after such a long period of time and lockdown.
Yeah, definitely. Like that, what I just saw out there, that was just him being a competitor. It wasn't anything to do with the game plan. It was like, this is what I need to do to win. And then he did it. So that was really cool to see.
Yeah, cool, bro. And how's Mads going?
Yeah, good. She got the first one's done and just about to warm up for the second one, the one that Jay just finished. And I think she'll do really good at this. She loves doing muscle ups and she's very solid at them. So
perfect. And do you get the two of them to race together in training with that sort of stuff? Or
all three of us. Yeah. Me, Maddie, Jay, we're always having a little battle. Yeah. Jay gets us most of the time, but
you get him a couple of times still.
Normally a bit of back and forth between the three of us, which is fun.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about then, like you probably got all of that.
Nah, not all of it. What was it?
Oh, just like the takeaway from that, like I got like my emotions took me at the end, like because I was sort of unexpected. I don't know. I wasn't expecting to win that heat. Yeah. So then and as Rob was saying, like, you got to think about the heat before as well. Like there's boys that should be in that top heat. Yep. And maybe like celebrating that a little bit too early, like cost me 1 or 2 points. So yeah. And at the end of the weekend, you want every single point.
Yeah, bro.
But I'm stoked with that. I was saying the first set, so of the snatches, the first set of 7 snatches, I did all singles, and then I think I had like 5 or 6 done, and Khan came in and he did all touch and go. He did all touch and go and made up so many reps. So that's where it like flicked a switch for me. I was like, all right, now I only got 14 reps left, so it's going to be touch and go, and you just got to hurt.
So what's the dynamic with you and Mads when she's competing? Do you try to stay in your own space and be a little bit selfish, or are you there for her as well? Like, what's that?
Yeah, we're definitely there for each other. Like, but it's also it is a time of being a little bit selfish. But we don't see it like to each other. Yeah. But it's all support, and we do our own thing. Yeah, and it must have Rob in between.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that he's gone straight coach mode, and even with his amazing performance in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, super lucky. Super lucky. It's massive.
And how's it been seeing your little bro on the comp floor?
Awesome. I love it. He's so pumped, and he fires me up all the time. So, yeah, it's epic.
Cool.
Good. My judge was rolling the 40 through 5. So you don't believe you did the quite a bit of reps? No, I don't think so. Check. I know you did 7 on the last round. Yeah, I did. I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know where I am. And then he rolled me 4. I was like, surely not. And then he did it again. I was like, that's 75. And then I did 7. I'll double check that for you. There's no worry. So what it will be is if you've only done 5 and 5 since 4, it'll be 4 seconds. But I'll confirm that. Right? I just feel better telling you guys instead of sitting there with it by myself. So. Well, that's actually really good. So
does he get any brownie points for coming forward and doing that?
The brownie points are if it's true, he loses 4 seconds. I'd hate for someone to miss out for the sake of that. Right, well, I'll double check. You may not hear from me tonight, but I'll let you know anyway. You may just see the score update if that's the case.
You're a good dude, mate. Have you been in a position where that's happened against you? Like, why are you like that?
No, I don't know. Yeah. Basically, honest, I suppose.
More of a conscious thing, is it?
Yeah, I'd hate for someone to miss out.
Yeah.
I know that's the case, so.
Yeah. And how you feeling? End of day 1?
Yeah, good. A few minor hiccups in some of the workouts, but that's what it is.
Cool. And I know you were disputing a faulty assault runner. Do you know where you were at with that? Is there any feedback?
No word. No word. I think that's official. That's right.
So what typically happens? Do they contact you, or do you just see the leaderboard update?
I'm not too sure. No idea how this process works.
Oh, it's about as bad as I expected. I'm so bad at muscle ups.
I went 16, 2, 2, 1. That's all I could do. It's no good at muscle ups.
Was that the plan?
Huh? Well, oh, really? How'd you go? No, me neither, man.
That was my 21st muscle up.
Oh.
And then, no, it was just fucking and then I did 7. And then I got to the next one, I got a no rep on my first rep. Did 3 more, and then just sat there looking at the bars doing singles. Yeah. And I
well, mate, yeah, I went 16, 2, 2, 1.
Because you did touch and go because you made up 4 reps at the start. I was like, fuck.
Okay, well, my muscle ups, yeah, but my muscle ups I went 16, 2, 2, 1. I can't do second sets of muscle ups. So if that was Amanda, I go unbroken fine. Yeah. Whatever it is about doing muscle up into muscle up for me, my brain just malfunctions.
That's why I don't break.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
It just implodes.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I have to rest so much.
Another time wasted was how bouncy the plates were. I was like, drop. Yeah. And then pick it up again, like, it's
I did
gnarly.
my first and I was like, oh fuck, it's back. Like, it was ridiculous, hey? Maybe it would have been good to touch and go before.
I like the fist bump before.
They always got a fist bump. It's just like the old times, man. It's pretend it's just robbing again. I'm getting beaten again. It's just great.
And I had to go to singles. Just the last 3. Well, it's 3 of the 7.
Giving her some tips and tricks.
Yeah, like the winning strategy, even though it didn't work for me, it's going to work for her.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
How was that? How was it for you? How did you find it?
It felt like training up until the last set of 7. Middle 7 was still like, okay, I remember this hurting. Yeah. Last set, I was like, let's go. I got 3 and I was like, no, stop. And then it was almost like max effort singles. Far out, the squats were hard.
How are you feeling going into it, Emma?
I feel good. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the muscle ups? Are you going to just gun for a massive set at the start, or are you going to go on with a bit of a strategy?
I think I'm going to try 8-7-6.
Oh, yeah.
It might not work out like that, but I'm going to give it a go.
Nice.
That's my plan.
Yeah.
And then singles on the snatch.
I did a classic this morning, thought I'd dig myself a nice fucking hole to work my way out of for the next 3 days.
Mate, this is the World Life's new Pride kit. So our gym's got we have a Pride event every year as well. So thought I'd go a little bit of rainbow, hoping the flare might make me a little bit faster. It didn't work. So
gold. Okay. Another event, another interview with Loz here. How are you feeling going into this one?
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I've just got to make sure I run my own race with the muscle ups though, don't get rattled. And then, hopefully send it on the barbell.
How have the girls been interacting in between events and everything? Good group?
Everyone's good. Chill, nice. It's good.
Anyone that in particular you don't get along well with that we want to call out online?
No, I'm too nice.
Oh, he like dropped the bar and he went back down as it was bouncing back up and went straight up his finger. It was like pissing out blood too. And he just like, as a country boy, just walked out with his finger in his mouth. He's like, yeah, something's wrong with my finger. Pulls it out and just starts bleeding everywhere.
How was that event for you, bro?
It was good. Like, I started touching going the first set. Muscle-ups were awesome. And then just I dropped it and it bounced. I didn't expect it. It threw me off just a little bit, but I'm happy. I beat my training time by a few seconds, so I'm happy with that. Happy with both events. So first one took a little bit more out of me than I'd anticipated, but it's good. It's good.
I'm glad that first event's over and done with, get the nerves out the way.
Yep.
Definitely didn't want to have that hanging over our heads. But feeling good. I'm more excited about this one, definitely.
Cool. Yeah, and so in terms of this one, what are you thinking? Have you got a strategy in place, or is it just full send? Or?
Do have a strategy in place. We'll see how muscle ups have the strategy, see how the legs feel for the snatches, but try and stick to the game plan as much as I can.
Yep. And in terms of this event and the crowd and everything, what does it feel like to be out there?
Oh, unreal. Like, you look up while you're running 5K and see all those people. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yep. And who have you got here supporting you this weekend?
We've got a huge group of people from down in Tassie. We've got about 15 supporters, which is so cool. It means so much to have them up with us. Yeah. Excellent.
Is this a pre-WOD ritual?
He's ready. Brand new sweatshirt, now it's got fluffle under my arm.
What does that do? Does that unlock a couple of muscle-ups?
Yeah, monkey business.
Okay, it's good because there's no pressure, it's not technical. Whereas this one's a bit more nerve-wracking because it's like snatch. Yeah. But it's fast at least this one. I know. I'm glad I said to Rob, I said I'm glad. I said, like, there's lots of good girls, but I don't know everyone. I said, why do you simmer in this heat? We're pretty fast here.
Simone too.
So it's good. No, you're all your brother. You'll be fine.
You guys been watching the previous heats for indications of strategy, or just staying to your own game?
Stay your own lane.
Yeah?
We can only do what we can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pay attention to our execution. Hopefully they'll land us where we need to be.
You started when you were 30. How long did it take you to qualify for your first year?
I think I qualified for individual regionals my first year, 2014, but I went team. And just saying, we're still the highest placing team at the games, CrossFit Active. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then we qualified Indy the next year.
Cool.
Just like that. It's that easy, guys. Just follow the Alethea model.
Yeah. And you both had a bit of experience in team. Have you got a preference, Indy or team?
I think individual's way more satisfying. Team is very fun though. It is a lot of fun.
Team is very
It's good to have that support in the background, and when I did team, we laughed a lot. But Indy, I find I like relying on myself as well. So
just like pushing hard.
Yeah.
Everything hurt actually. Ring muscle ups are typically not my jam, so I knew I had to break them up pretty early. And then just like move on the snatches hurt. But arms now like blown up.
Talk me through that last rep for you on the snatches.
Oh yeah, a little bit sketchy, wasn't it? I knew I wanted to hold on, but just guess I took a risk and just got in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, hold on for dear life, really.
That was epic. Awesome.
Yeah.
How are you feeling heading into day 2?
Yeah, I think once I get this lactic acid out of my body, a little bit better. But yeah, pretty good.
Right.
Now the nerves a little bit quietened down. It'll be nice.
Cool. And in terms of the events for day 2, are they in your wheelhouse? Are you feeling pretty comfy with what's coming up?
Event 3, not really. But the rest seem a bit of fun, so yeah, keen.
Mate, what a comeback.
That was, yeah, smashed my box so hard. On all those matches.
Was that early on you smashed your box,
Yeah.
or later on?
All the way through. Repeat.
God. And did it go to plan?
And yeah, my biggest thing was to not get rattled like if people were finishing the muscle ups before me and like racing up ahead, because I know that I sort of start failing those. So yeah, I had set reps for that and then just send it on the barbell. So I'm happy.
Yeah. What's the plan for tonight?
Recover.
Yeah.
Sleep. Eat. Drink.
Yeah.
Fluids.
Absolutely good vibes finishing that one off. How was that?
I have no good arms. I have good vibes, but no good arms.
I have no good arms.
They're useless.
So day 1, Dustin, how you feeling?
Yeah, feel good. Yeah, it's pretty. Do I keep walking or do you want me to stop?
No, you're good.
Yeah, it was fun. Glad to get the first day over and done with.
Yeah, how was it feeling being out there on the floor?
Yeah, it's
Torian
awesome.
crowd.
It's awesome. You forget that they're there sometimes because you got so much to focus on. But they're awesome. It's an awesome atmosphere and yeah, it's good.
Good plan of attack for tonight? Is it nutrition and sleep, or you having an all-nighter? What's the plan?
Oh, just get some hugs. Some hugs would be nice. lots of food.
Who's from? Who's here to support you?
Oh, everyone from my gym, my partner.
Big shout out to what gym? Give us a...
4165 out of Redland Bay, rep it. Yeah, they're up there and they've got rainbow t-shirts, which is sweet. My parents, my family, they're all here supporting me, which is awesome. Because I get to do the fun things and they have to sit in the stands. But yeah, it's good. It's really cool. I'm breaking because I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be fine.
Kenny had bloody 4 legs. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Have you interviewed Lots?
Hey?
Have you interviewed?
Yeah.
We're just doing a catwalk.
Okay.
We can work it.
We're just going through the emotions.
Yeah, okay.
Isn't that what you want to see?
This is the good stuff.
Oh.
How was that one? How was it?
Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. The execution was very poor.
Why? What? Talk me through it. Why? What happened?
So usually I can touch and go the snatches, but things were hard. I got soft in my head, and then I got worried about missing, so I dropped to singles, and I shouldn't have. I should have just run the red line and just gone, because the heat after us, they're gonna go. And now they know our times, our strategies. I stuffed it.
Yeah. How does that play in your head in terms of, because you're really setting the bar there, and they get to watch and see exactly how to play it.
Well, it's like props to them. They qualified higher, and
they did.
It is what it is, but yeah, it is hard being in the second heat, and but
I guess you've always got to have in the back of your head, there's going to be another heat behind me hunting me down. So
yeah,
you can't rely on anything. You
need to do your job, and I didn't do my job. Did you do yours?
What's it like out there in terms of the crowd and everything, the vibe?
The crowd, the vibe. It's amazing. The setup.
I felt like I was disappointing them when I was so slow in the
Same.
snatches.
I was like, once I dropped to singles, I'm like, oh no, what are you doing? But yeah, the vibe's awesome. The setup is amazing. You feel like you're at a professional event. And I don't know about the others, but I'm grateful just to be competing in front of everyone.